Welcome to MandaTalks. So you have cancer. Let's talk.
Light up, light up, light up. Yeah.
Today on MandaTalks, we're going to be talking cancer. This is a new series that I really want to start because I felt like when I was first diagnosed at 27, I felt really lost. There wasn't a lot of resources that I could really look to for specific things. So I wanted to start this series, and I want it to be a beacon for new diagnosed people to refer to. And I hope that it helps somebody. Know that I am not a doctor. I am your patient advocate friend here to support you. What I say won't work for everybody, but I hope it does work for some people. So if you know anybody who's going through cancer, feel free to send this to them. Hopefully this will help them out. Hi, my name's Amanda. I'm your patient advocate friend. I am sorry that you have cancer, but I want you to know that it is a club, and I'm sorry you are now part of the club. But you are not alone in the club. That is for sure. I know you feel like all of this is probably happening really fast. Like you have a big pressure on your chest, like you can't breathe, and that this is a whirlwind of an experience since the minute you got the diagnosis. And I wish I could say that that would change, but I'm 3 years as a cancer survivor, and some days I still feel like that. But I hope that we could talk about it, and I hope you know that you aren't alone. And I specifically want you to know that we all feel that way. So it's completely normal to feel very lost at the beginning. So I hope this helps. So when you're first diagnosed with cancer, you're going to go to a doctor called an oncologist. Now that is a doctor that specializes in cancer and blood. That doctor is going to be your best friend, okay? You need to make sure you love that doctor, you trust that doctor. That doctor is your homie, okay? When it comes to the oncologist, they're going to be the ones that are doing the research for you. They're going to be the ones that are Googling for you. You don't need to do that. That is going to be them. So the minute you find an oncologist, you need to put your trust in them immediately. So you need to find an oncologist that's great right off the bat. You don't really have a lot of time to search around. So a referral for a new oncologist could take 2 weeks, and we don't want to take time like that. At this moment, things are precious. Time is precious. If you are searching for an oncologist, make sure you're doing diligent work. You're looking at the reviews. When you meet with them, you're asking them questions. That way you really want to trust them. Like your whole life, okay? You want to put your whole life on this oncologist. No pressure oncologist, but like, we love you. But no, really, like, just find one that you really, really love. Because they're going to be with you for life. For life. Like, I love my oncologist. Whenever you have cancer in your body, it needs to get out, okay? So that means that you're going to either have surgery, radiation, or chemotherapy. And all of those are big terms that we've all heard before, but we don't really know. So I'm just going to break down my patient advocate way of explaining it to you. So surgery. Surgery is where they're going to go in and remove that part of the body. In this particular case, it's going to be cancer. They're going to go in and remove the cancer. Radiation. Radiation is where they put you on a table and they put radio waves directly to where your cancer is. So that way your tumor will shrink. Chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is a broad term. My patient advocate definition is chemotherapy is a drug that you put in your body that is going to eliminate the quickest growing cells. I know that that's just a fancy way of saying that it's important when you have cancer because cancer is one of the fastest growing cells. So chemo is going to attack that. That's why a lot of times you lose your nails, your hair, your taste buds, your brain. But that's why you lose those things, because those are fast growing cells. Chemo is nuking the fast growing cells. On a base level, that's it. So your doctor is going to choose which one is going to be best for your case. Keep in mind, every cancer is going to be different. Even one person with breast cancer will be different than another person with breast cancer. There are different types of breast cancer even, and then how they grow is very different as well. So your doctor is like a chemist. They're going to concoct the best solution of chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery to make sure you successfully get through. That's why you need to vet your oncologist and make sure you really trust him. One thing I was really concerned about, I was scared they were going to make me start chemotherapy right after surgery, like I would have stitches while I was vomiting from chemo, and that's not how it is. They usually have you wait a healing time before you start chemo again or start chemo at all. Now, when you finally get your chemo plan or your cancer plan from your doctor, your oncologist is going to lay it all out for you, and it's going to be very overwhelming, but you could do it. Make sure you find a community online. If you are searching for other people with a similar form of cancer as you, I think that that's wonderful. Ask them what their treatments are. Know that that won't be the same for you, but it's good to know what there is out there. Try not to look things up. Try to really find friends online that are going through this experience, because ultimately I think that's going to be worth more than anything you read in a dense article. Really, really find people who are living with it, who have experienced it. Find a community, and the sooner you can do that, the easier it's going to be. I'm not going to lie, my friend. Fighting cancer is really hard. It's going to be really difficult, but you can do it. You can do it. I've seen so many people come out of cancer. I've seen miracles. I've seen incredible stories. So go fight it. The fight is going to be difficult, but there are some things that I think people don't always bring up, and that is going to be how things are going to change. And that part is also very hard. You can't push yourself anymore. I know that you're probably used to pushing yourself and being really hard on yourself, but you can't do that anymore. You are going to be a little different than everybody else, maybe for a little bit, maybe forever. You're going to have to ask for help. I know you're rolling your eyes right now, but you're going to have to, okay? It's one of those things. It's just one of those things. It is so difficult, but you can do it. You really can. And people love you, and they want to see you heal, and they want to see you healthy. So let them help you. And it's difficult to always ask. So tell people around you, hey, I'm not always able to ask for help. On some days, can you just give me help? And that will prep you for those sick days when you really can't ask. I think those people will surprise you. They will show up. And people who you don't think will show up will show up. And really lean into those new relationships, because you will lose friends. And you will gain so many more. You'll gain so many friends in different ways. You'll gain friends at chemotherapy in the office. You'll gain friends with the nurses in the hospital. And when I say lifelong friends, you'll make friends online. Those are friends that you have to lean into, because you have now a bond with them, and they understand something that other people don't. And it's hard to say goodbye to your other friends, but know that sometimes people don't understand sickness, and that's okay. And that's okay. It is okay. But other people will want to be there for you, and that is great. So lean into that. And I know it's scary, and I get it, because it took me 3 years to literally accept that my life is different. Just if things are changing and you get a little scared, just hear my voice in your head and say, okay, well, this is what Amanda was talking about. Things are a little different, but it's gonna be okay. I think another really scary thing is I know you have things planned. Like maybe you have a birthday or a wedding or a vacation. Do the vacations, do what you can, but know that your future will look different. And that is also okay. You can say no to events. You can say no to things now. You are allowed to. People will completely understand. And I know that that's probably not a normal thing for you to do. For me, it was not normal. But literally, sometimes this is how I am now. I have to say no to things because I just get tired. And that's okay. Because you're getting to live still. So try to be gentle with yourself and know that things will change. But the person that you are going to become, the warrior that you're going to become, is so remarkable. And I can't wait for you to rewrite the narrative, for you to rewrite your own story. So even though all cancer is different, know that all cancer survivors, we have similar experiences. So know that I'm really sorry that you're a part of this club, but it is a club. There are so many people that will embrace you with wide open arms just because you have experienced the similar medical trauma or just chemotherapy or radiation in general. Sometimes things never go back to normal, and that is completely okay. I know it's hard to think about that, but you are fighting cancer and things are going to change, and that is okay. It's okay. Hard and it's painful to get through this, but trust your doctor and know that I'm really sorry that you're a part of this club. But it is a club, and you are not alone.